It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shot.
No, they want to see me doing bad, but I'm good.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos, damas y caballeros? It's your boy Dave in the 702 coming at you live from my podcast studio, my office right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah. Usually I don't do any pre-fight lives, guys. I know I'm so grateful for the audience that I do have, the small audience. Make sure that as you come in, let me know you're watching. Drop your name in the chat. Hit that like button. I wanted to do something special today because, man, I've been craving a new bottle of tequila. And you guys know that I'm a tequila connoisseur. I love expensive tequilas. And I've been having my eye on this brand new tequila that everybody's talking about, Lalo. Lalo is the grandson of Don Julio. And, you know, Don Julio has been taken over by a mega corporation, conglomerate and whatnot. So big fan of Don Julio, of course, the Blanco and the 1970 Añejo, the 1942. But I had to find out for myself, is Lalo Tequila, is it really that bomb that everybody's talking about? Of course, it's additive free. It's made by the grandchildren. It's made with as little ingredients as possible. I just bought it, $45 at Lee's Liquor. $45, I think, in change. That's a little bit more expensive than Patron. So I'm going to be having at least two shots with my trusty San Francisco 49ers. God bless the 49ers. I hope they beat the Chicago Bears. I know the season's just about over, guys. I do have some breaking boxing news. Please let me know in the chat. What are you going to be watching first? I know that the DAZN card, if you have DAZN, DAZN is starting at 5 o'clock from Puerto Rico. And of course, that has Lee Amparo, the newest 140-pound champion. He's going to be taking on Hitchens, who just fought here in Las Vegas not too long ago. Shout out to Austin Bates. Thank you very much. He says very, very impressive. James, hello. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Also, Las Vegas is hosting UFC right now. While I'm not the biggest fan of the UFC anymore and I don't cover it, I know that a lot of people, more people are going to be watching, obviously, the UFC 311. So let me know who you guys having winning that main event. It looks very impressive. And, of course, it's always great to have UFC here at the T-Mobile Arena. I do got some Mexican food. I'm going to have a quick bite of my quesadilla from Roberto's Tacos. If you guys know Las Vegas, Roberto's Tacos is the bomb. Let me show you guys a little bit of this real quick. That's the quesadilla, the chicken quesadilla. But first, I'm going to have a shot of tequila. I'm going to have some tequila first. Let you guys know what I think about that. I do have some breaking boxing news. Now, a lot of you guys know Terrence Bud Crawford. Even casual boxing fans know him. They just had that Riyadh season premiere in Los Angeles. Lots of people went to that event. Israel Madrimov was the champion that Terrence Bud Crawford defeated to win that 154-pound title. I think that was his, fifth division championship. And Madrimov is scheduled to fight in just a few weeks against a fighter that I just saw in Bohacek. Bohacek fought Virgil Ortiz. That was an incredible fight. One of the best fights I've seen in Las Vegas in my life. And this is breaking news according to Boxing Scene. Everybody's been tripping because Virgil Ortiz is going to fight Madrimov. That was announced this week. I talked about it on my show on Monday. And everyone's like, wait a minute, boxers need a lot of time to turn around. And in this era, modern era of boxing, boxers are fighting like twice a year. Even champions are trying to fight twice, at most 3 times a year. We're lucky to see Canelo Alvarez fight 3 times a year. Nobody understood how Israel Madrimov is going to fight in Saudi Arabia in December and turn around and fight Virgil Ortiz in February. So it's just announced, shout out to that SS Spider, just announced right now around 3 o'clock that Madrimov is pulling out of the Bohacek fight scheduled for December. Imagine that. He has to pull out for an undisclosed injury. Well, actually, I'm reading here. He's saying he has acute bronchitis. Acute bronchitis will lead to pneumonia, obviously. Pretty dangerous stuff. And yeah, I mean, his acute bronchitis could lead to pneumonia. Obviously, he's had to stop training camp if he has papers. Obviously, to me, there's no way he could fight Virgil Ortiz, which is a more important fight, I'd say. One fight that would require him to be fully healthy. And because of that, I think he's withdrawing. I think that's what it's all about. So saludos to everybody joining us. I'm going to turn down the music so I don't get a copyright. I have some mariachi. If you guys know Jose Alfredo Jimenez. Now this, Jose Alfredo Jimenez, Guadalajara. Canelo Alvarez opens his his taco shop in San Diego. My good friend Fonzie619 was there. Grand opening this weekend for Guadalajara style tacos. And he said I saw his Instagram post. He didn't seem too impressed by Canelo's new taco shop in the San Diego. So hopefully if you're listening, Fonzie, and you want to call in or chime in here in the chat, please let me know. So guys, one more time here, I just wanted to let you know that I bought this very expensive bottle of Lalo Tequila, and I'm going to be sampling it right now. Pre-fight, pre-ESPN, pre-DAZN. Saludos to everybody out there on YouTube Landia. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that has got a nice pepper finish. It's very clean. It's very clean. Now, Lalo is additive free. They don't put any fancy or funny chemicals to alter the taste. A Blanco should be pure like that. And I'm going to say that's about a solid 9 out of a 10. That is great stuff. That's absolutely better than Patron and Don Julio. That's better. Wow, guys, I'm impressed. I don't really even need lime, even though I have lime. That is great stuff. I'm going to have another shot in just a moment. Let me show you guys one more time the bottle. That's Lalo Blanco Tequila. That was absolutely worth $45. I'm an asshole. You guys that know me, I don't care to bash bad tequilas. I'll absolutely let you know. But that is good stuff right there. Lalo Tequila, the grandson of Don Julio's company. And that is fantastic tequila, as it should be, just pure agave. I love it. I'm gonna have another shot in just a moment, guys. I also have a quesadilla that I'm gonna have, but I wanted to let you guys know, what are you guys watching tonight? Are you guys watching the UFC? Are you watching the DAZN card that starts at 5 o'clock in just 8 minutes or so from Puerto Rico? Now that one has a fighter that I've been watching ever since he was signed, Mark Castro out of Fresno, a amateur standout boxer. I'm very much looking forward to that. Saludos to Alicia. She says, hi, do you like Casamigos? And I have to be honest with you, Alicia. I was in my Vons this weekend, and they had a very nice lady that was offering samples of Casamigos Añejo. Now, I've been out with a lot of friends in Las Vegas, and in fact, one time I said, drinks on me, first round on me, and wouldn't you know, my friend's girlfriend said, I'll have Añejo Casamigos. I'm like, excuse me. That's what I get for offering to pay. You guys know the prices at the strip. So I was interested. I'm like, oh shit, they're offering free shots of Añejo Casamigos. And boy, was I disappointed. Wow. And she was like, oh, it's on sale. Yeah, it was crap. Actually, for an Añejo, it should have had more of that aged flavor. I wanted to taste more oak, cinnamon, vanilla notes, and it didn't have anything other than pepper. And I told the woman, I said, I'm disappointed. The Casamigos Blanc was okay. It's okay. A lot of hype around it. It was a celebrity brand, but the Añejo was a complete disappointment. So that being said, shout out to everybody joining us. Let me know if you are going to be watching the ESPN card that starts at 7:30. I'm very excited for that. Let's talk about that. Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez, number 2. These guys are both at a crossroads. Navarrete, he's been the champion that's moved up ever since 122. He's moved up to 130. He even experimented with a brief run at 135 for that title shot against Baranchyk and came up badly. Lost that badly. No business being as heavy as a fighter at 135. Also then had a split draw against Conceição, the Brazilian fighter. That fight, he looked like absolute trash. He looked like absolute trash against Baranchyk. And guys, I'm a fan of Navarrete. I love Navarrete el Vaquero, man. I love watching that guy fight. He fights from crazy angles. He throws these wide power shots. He can fight from a distance. He can get you with that uppercut from a distance. He just does crazy stuff. It reminds me of a Mexican version of Pacquiao who was able to land punches from great distances and great athleticism and awkwardness. But the guy likes to eat, straight up. He likes to eat. I like to eat too, right? I'm going to take a bite of this chicken quesadilla. What are you guys eating in the chat? That's good. Thank you, Alicia, for subscribing. If you guys want to subscribe, we cover boxing and football here and a lot of Las Vegas content. Oh, man. That quesadilla's on point. Very much looking forward to Navarrete versus Valdez. That is on ESPN later tonight. I think it's available free if you guys, that main event should be available free. Big news in the Top Rank world. Top Rank right here out of Las Vegas, Bob Arum. It looks like their contract with ESPN is coming to an end. That is a major disappointment because a lot of people can't watch boxing now. It's very expensive. That's a full shot of tequila, guys. I'm going to chill after that one right there, but this tequila is so good. I'm going to be having my second shot of tequila. It looks like the ESPN contract will be ending very soon at the turn of 2024. And that begs the question, where will Bob Arum and Top Rank land? That's a big deal. Are they going to end up on DAZN? It'd be great for anybody who pays for DAZN. I myself stopped paying for DAZN. But it does put another price barrier to be a fan of the sport of boxing, which, when you can at least watch stuff on free cable, if you have cable television, and you can watch main events like tonight's Navarrete versus Valdez 2. That's great. So losing a major boxing promoter on a major network like ESPN, that's a shame. So we will wait and see where they land. PBC now on Amazon Prime. Almost everybody has, a lot of people have Amazon Prime. I myself love Prime. Who doesn't like the convenience? It's on there, but they've only offered one free fight on Prime all year. So hopefully whoever ESPN lands with, I hope that they, make it accessible to boxing fans, especially being that Top Rank has so much of the great talent. So again, guys, the breaking news today is that Israel Madrimov is withdrawing from that fight, a big fight coming up on the Usyk Fury rematch for a heavyweight undisputed. One of the titles now belongs to Dubois. But that amazing rematch coming up on Riyadh season in Saudi Arabia will not have Israel Madrimov, the guy who just fought Terrence Bud Crawford and gave him a hell of a fight. Shout out to all my football fans that watch Tailgate Talk right here. Thursday nights, Wednesday nights. Big Spooky, I see you. He says, F the Chiefs. Chiefs record. Am I the only one who thinks the Chiefs don't merit that record? They've won so many close games, and so many of those close games, including the one here against the Las Vegas Raiders, only won because of help from the officiators. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Jay Will, shout out to you. You look like a real boxing fan. He says, does Bohacek have a last-minute replacement? Great question. Great question. I am currently reading the article from Boxing Scene. Now, guys, Jay Will, I have an interview with Las Vegas resident here, a great guy, Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza, the guy that knocked out the Towering Inferno. I met him in March, and he was a last-minute replacement to fight Bohacek. Brian Mendoza is a hell of a guy. He's also fought someone, a good close friend of our show, 154-pound contender, Jesus Ramos Jr. Brian Mendoza was in training. He's constantly training. At the time, he was training with the Cuban coach out of Las Vegas, Ismael Salas. Great coach, Ismael Salas. And he was ready. And PBC will do that. PBC does have fighters on their roster that will be in camp silently. I didn't know that. Silently in camp in case somebody pulls out. And Brian Mendoza is a hell of a fighter. Like I said, he knocked out the two. He has two of the belts. He knocked out the Towering Inferno. And it was quite amazing that he did that. But against Bohacek, he just wasn't ready for that nonstop offense. Yeah, Jay Will, appreciate you. Yeah, he's on D-Styles. D-Style was with me when we met Brian Mendoza on that specific day. We caught up with, we caught up with Tim Zhu. We caught up with the Towering Inferno, Fundora, who currently holds two of those titles. I'm going to speculate that Bohacek probably, let's just quickly touch up on this. So, quote, Bohacek says, "I'm surprised, I'm confused." He said of Madrimov being announced as Ortiz's foe. If you have, okay, this is Robert Garcia, quote from Robert Garcia. At the moment, it doesn't look like Bohacek has a replacement opponent. But Jay Will, I'll tell you who is a fantastic opponent and somebody who would make a fantastic fight is that recently, since we're talking about ESPN and just shortly we're going to be seeing the ESPN card, is Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas, man, appreciate Xander Zayas. He stepped up and he spoke quickly when he supposedly got an offer from Virgil Ortiz to fight in February. And he's been saying, I'm ready, man. I already beat a champion at 154 pounds, a former champion, and Teixeira. Now, Teixeira's best days are behind him, but when you want to get to become a world champion, you need to have a former world champion on your resume. That's kind of like, that's how you build a fighter. You say, hey, this contender, he's about to fight a former world champ. And he did that in Teixeira, and he annihilated Teixeira. And he said, now I'm ready for these top 5 contenders, and I'm also ready to get lined up for my own title shot. So if, and especially in the case of Xander Zayas accepting a fight against Virgil Ortiz. He accepted a fight against Virgil Ortiz, and Virgil Ortiz's father came back on Twitter and said, hey, young man, appreciate you, making some noise on X and social media, but you were at the bottom of the pack. That's fucked up. You're at the bottom of the pack. Xander Zayas is a fantastic contender, maybe just a couple years younger. He's a year younger than Jesus Ramos Jr., but if Xander Zayas wants to make some noise, he would call up Bob Arum and his management and say, listen, I'm going to show you Bohacek isn't tough work, because Virgil Ortiz had 2 flash knockdowns where he was dropped. He did come back and fight valiantly in that Las Vegas fight. Man, I was ringside for that fight. It was incredible. He would say, give me Bohacek. Tell Bohacek I'll be ready to fight him in February. I will fight Bohacek in February, and I'll make it look easier. In fact, I'm not even going to get fucking dropped like Virgil Ortiz. I am not going to get dropped. Give me Bohacek in February, and I will show you what a technician looks like. And I'll beat him resoundingly. Shout out to Carlos M. Appreciate you guys today. I know the fight just started on DAZN, so I'm only going to go on for about 10 more minutes. There's some breaking news. Drew, appreciate you. Drew says, Golden Boy ducked a Bohacek rematch. Carlos M says, salute. And Jasmine Dior says, I miss your food reviews. Well, don't trip, Jasmine. I've got some more content on the way. I've been working on it. I'm very slow at editing videos, but I got some new content for Las Vegas, if you're into that, coming very soon. Now, Drew makes a great point. He says, Golden Boy ducked a Bohacek rematch. Who wants to fight Bohacek? If you look at the past few opponents who've been in there with Bohacek, he has a granite chin. It was not Virgil Ortiz that dropped Bohacek twice. It was the other way around. Why does anybody want to get into the ring with Bohacek? Israel Madrimov says, I've got some kind of lung issue. I've got a chronic bronchitis. I've had to halt my training camp. To be honest, let's fucking not beat around the bush. Israel Madrimov is a fucking hell of a fighter. And he's like, yo, I need a way out of this Bohacek fight. Let's just tell everybody I'm fucking sick. Let's just tell everybody I got whatever going on, you know? In the winter, we can all easily just say, I got COVID. Yeah, I got this. I got that. Whatever. He cannot fight Virgil Ortiz and focus on Virgil Ortiz if he has to think about Bohacek first. So that fight is off. It's off. Breaking news. It's off. I feel bad about that. We won't get to watch that on the rematch of Fury versus, Fury versus Usyk, but it is what it is. Madrimov has got to concentrate on Virgil Ortiz, who's not going to be an easy fight. It's a clash of styles. Styles make fights. Let me know if you're a hardcore boxing fan. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know who you guys favor in this fight in February. Now, Madrimov doesn't have to worry about Bohacek in December. Bohacek, who's been in camp, will probably have to, will they find a last-minute replacement? I'll probably have some news on that on Monday on the regular scheduled Shoe Shine episode. But as of now, we don't know anything. All right, guys, since some of you guys, Jasmine Dior says they like food reviews. Navarrete versus Valdez. This is a quesadilla. That's not even half quesadilla. That's a quarter of the quesadilla from Roberto's Tacos right here in Las Vegas. Are you guys partying tonight? Are you guys going to be having cerveza? Are you going to have tequila? Are you guys going to be on the pre-rolls, edibles? Let me know what you guys are going to be on. You guys will be all natural. You're going to be cuddling. It's cuddle season. Shout out to everybody that's enjoying the UFC right out of Las Vegas. I might turn on that on the Fire Stick. No cap, no lie. I might put that on the Fire Cap too to catch the main event at the last minute. But yeah, guys, let's talk quickly about my favorite fight tonight. The Navarrete versus Valdez rematch. I chose Valdez, and I do have some. Let's look at DraftKings boxing odds really quickly because I know the DAZN card has started. Lindolfo Delgado versus Jackson Marinez. Jackson Marinez on the ESPN card famously fought Rolly Rolando Romero and embarrassed Rolly Romero, outboxed him, and did not get the nod. You guys remember that fight? Rolly Romero getting one of his first gifts. That came against Marinez. I believe he's Dominican. And guys, I'm not that red. I'm going to turn down the saturation on my cam. That's a little bit better right there. I'm probably going to delete this anyways. But Marinez, in my opinion, against that fight, he should have got the nod at 135. He's a solid 135-pound Dominican fighter. And Lindolfo Delgado, the Mexican Olympian, man, oh man, I think this is a great test for Lindolfo Delgado and one that's going to put him in the conversation of bigger names. And really, the sky is the limit with Lindolfo Delgado. Right now, currently, all the attention is on Oscar's Golden Boy fighter at 135. We have a couple of Schofield. We have Schofield who will be filling in for his injured fighter. Shout out to Floyd Schofield for taking that opportunity. But Lindolfo Delgado, an ESPN top-ranked fighter, he should see big things. Man, I'm very excited. Shout out to Sonteo Media. I know I bet you're a fan of Lindolfo Delgado, the Mexican Olympian. Man, I'm excited to see him in action. That fight starts at 7:30. Now, Lindolfo Delgado is a minus 1,000 favorite against Jackson Marinez. That shit is way too wide, guys. Jackson Marinez is a solid technician. That should be a chess match, a very good match. And I favor Lindolfo because of the power, And you guys will see the separation between what two really class fighters are versus, let's just reference Rolando Romero, who got a gift against Jackson Martinez. That is on the card. I'm also very much looking forward to seeing Henry LeBron versus Christopher Diaz. Guys, Henry LeBron is the guy that put my boy from San Jose, California, El Tiburon, who just opened his gym in San Jose, California. Shout out to him. He ended the career, of El Tiburon with ESPN and Top Rank. His deal fell apart. Puerto Rican fighter Henry LeBron, a fantastic 130-pound technician, will be fighting Christopher Diaz. Christopher Diaz from Puerto Rico. He gave Navarrete a fucking fantastic fight. This was when I first realized that Navarrete was starting to fall apart at featherweight, was against Christopher Diaz. Even though Christopher Diaz on the scorecards appeared to lose widely, Christopher Diaz is a fucking great technician. When you think about, like, recently we saw Floyd Schofield against the Mexican fighter from Guanajuato, which is where my mother is from. Shout out to everybody from Guanajuato. You realize there's guys that sometimes will be appearing to lose on the scorecards widely, but be extremely competitive. And that is what you're going to see in Christopher Diaz against Henry LeBron, also another fantastic Puerto Rican fighter. This is crazy, yo. Puerto Rican versus Puerto Rican. Henry LeBron versus Christopher Diaz. I'm honestly shocked to see this one quickly. LeBron is a -700 favorite. And again, I want to shout out a big shout out to my boy Andy Vences right here really quickly. Andy Vences, this is me and him, a 130-pound retired fighter versus Dave from the 702, weighing over 200 pounds, guys. I'm in my 40s with the dad fucking bod. And this picture was taken in San Jose, California, where El Tiburon was having a big, this is during the pandemic, guys. And I haven't lost weight. I've been trying to fucking lose weight for 4 years. But this is me and Andy Vences, who just opened his gym in downtown San Jose. Shout out to you. All respeto to you. Doing big things and keeping the boxing going and investing in your business. So I know, guys, that the fights are starting at the zone, so I won't be too long. Again, the reason for this was just a quick, pre-fight. There's a lot of people on here. There's only 7 people watching me. Hey, Darius, appreciate you. He says, hey, brother, what do you think of Inoue's next opponent? Great question, guys. Inoue is scheduled to fight, I believe, on Christmas Eve. And Inoue, man, he's so much fun to watch. But obviously, this is what you call a stay busy fight, a showcase fight. Just the guy is lucky to be in the ring with Inoue and getting a fat payday on on New Year's Eve in Japan. I mean, it brings awareness to you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jimenez Video Productions. He says, "Cubole, Shoeshine Boxing." Just for that. I said I was only going to take 2 shots. But why not get más pedo early? Again, the whole point of this today was to let you guys know about Lalo Silver Tequila. It's a Blanco. I'm going to do one more shot. And this shot is for all the YouTube creators grinding, guys. Because I've only got, I don't even want to talk about how many people. This is to the 49ers season and all the YouTube creators. No, I'm feeling that tequila. That tequila is a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10. Lalo Tequila. Delicioso. It's a Saturday night. There's 2 boxing cards. One just started. I gotta get back to watching the Zone because Mark Castro from Fresno, California.